Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and this time around, we're going to be taking a step back in the past, all the way to 1996. And we are going to be looking at Spawn series Cy-gor. Now, this isn't the new Cy-gor figure that they released a few years back. This is Cy-gor from, like I said, 1996. Spawn Series 4. Spawn Series 4, yeah, so I think we can start things off by taking a look at the packaging. Here is the back, kind of interesting, got some figures there. Here is Spawn Series 3, and we have some other stuff here, Wetworks and Youngblood. And then we have a little read up here for Cy-gor, who, if you don't know, this is a character from the Spawn comics, but he was originally a toy, and they decided to adapt him into the comics later, so that is his read-up there. And it's got some information there with Spawn Series 3 and 4, 1996. So, pretty cool stuff. And this box is just really cool. Cy-gor, McFarlane Toys, ages 4 and up. Missile shoots from shoulder armor, America's best-selling comic book, Tom McFarlane Spawn. Deluxe edition Ultra action figures. And on the back here, or not the back, on the bottom, it's got some directions for how this guy works. And I have not opened this guy yet. And I got this from eBay. I got this from a seller called Resales. So be sure to check them out if you are so inclined. They sell stuff like this and other stuff too. So even if you're not interested in the classic Spawn stuff, go ahead and check it out. But for me, I had to check this guy out because Cy-gor is actually one of my favorite characters from the Spawn comics and the world of Spawn and all that, and I think it's interesting they start off as a toy first. So it's like, why don't we look at the toy? That sort of started the character. So, without any further ado, let's open this up. This should be fun. So, let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. That was clean. Clean, I tell you. Oh my goodness, and that just came off right away. Alright, pretty straightforward stuff. This missile here is taped in, but that's okay. Got it out just like that. And there we go. There's that. And then here he is, Mr. Cy-gor. Alright, so that was really easy. Really straightforward stuff. So, yeah, here he is. And just for comparison's sake, because I bring him in with all my videos, there he is with Marvel Select Spider-Man. It's pretty good. This figure isn't 7-inch. These original Spawn figures are actually 6-inch scale. And so if you put it in, if you compare it to a modern Spawn figure, he's actually quite a bit smaller. And the detail and articulation, obviously, it's a little bit different. But that's because this was the 90s. We didn't really have that kind of technology that we do now. So here he is, and if you're wondering how tall he stands, well, I don't know, but we will find out. I did say he's 6-inch scale, so it's going to be something along those lines. So going from the bottom of his foot to the top of his head, looks like he is about 6.5 inches, give or take. And then flipping that around to metric, again going from the bottom to the top of his head, looks like he is just under 17 centimeters. So I think that's pretty good. And yeah, here he is. Here he is out of the packaging. As you can tell, that was really easy to get out, and he doesn't really come with anything else. So we do have some details here. Slide head up when putting him on all fours. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and try that first? So we slide his head up, so you can go like that, and his head goes up, maybe? I don't know. Well, whatever. So, okay, yeah. So you can have him standing like a traditional gorilla. So that works. So you can have that. But I personally like him standing up so you can see all of his details. So let's go into the details here. I like the face. He has a robot eye with like a red light on there. That's pretty cool. I like all of the different colors where like the gorilla body is black, but then you have like, you know, like silver, and you have like some copper on here. That's pretty cool. They got like some green, got some red there. He's got kind of like a utility belt that's also, it also looks like it's kind of like a piece of technology that's meant to hold his body together, because otherwise he would kind of fall apart. We got some other details there that's kind of like a gold-ish color. I think that's really cool. We got some like wires and stuff. He's got like circuit boards, and oh my goodness, he's got the whole 9 yards going on here. This guy is super technological and stuff. Even with the details, like I know this is the 90s, but even the details of like his hand, oh wow, that looks really cool. And then like his robot hand, oh man, he's this guy's cool. He's got some muscles. This guy is number 8. As far as number 8 of what, I don't know. You got like a piston there, like a hydraulic thing there. You got some more wires and stuff. He's got like, this almost looks like kind of like a boot. That's what this boot looks like. It looks like a Doomsday when he first showed up in the Superman comics. He was in like a big green suit. It kind of looks like that. He's got like a robot foot there. That's like, it's like a robot skeleton. Oh man, that's cool. That is cool. And yeah, he's got like this blade thing here, which it did say something about that. It says wrist armor snaps onto either wrist. So I guess that means that if you wanted, oh yeah, it just comes right out like that. So if you wanted, you could put this on the other arm, like so. I guess that kind of fits with the aesthetic and the accessories. So there's that. So you could have them looking like that if you want to have it match with that, and maybe I will do that. But for right now, I'm going to move it out of the way because I don't want it to fall off. He does have this cannon. And yeah, so if you know anything about these kind of toys, you know that you just kind of put this into here. And it does give some directions on here. It says pull back on missile and fire to release. Okay. Or release to fire. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold it back like that. And then when you let go, oh my goodness, that actually went really far. I have something over here off to the side. You can't see it, but it hit that. So that's actually, this thing actually has some power to it. That's pretty cool, especially for 1996 and 2024. It's kind of cool. So yeah, oh my goodness, I am definitely satisfied with this. This guy looks really cool. Now, as far as articulation is concerned, again, it says here, slide head up when putting him on all fours. I don't really know how to do that. His head does rotate a little bit. It's like barely noticeable. So, yeah, I don't know. If I find out, I'll let you know in a future video, because spoiler alert, I do intend to review other classic Spawn figures. Stay tuned for those. So there's that. The arms do rotate. This one has the same kind of range, but because of this, it kind of gets in the way. So there isn't for this arm, but for this arm over here, there is a bicep swivel. So that's pretty cool. There's no elbow joint. Oh my goodness, the detail is so good with these. Oh my goodness, Todd really knew what he was doing there. And then with the wrists, they do swivel. On both sides, they do rotate. This one's a little bit not as good, but that's okay. And then there is no waist articulation, but for the feet, they do go forward about that far and back like really far. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty good. And there's no toe articulation or ankles or anything like that. But like I did show earlier, you can, if you wanted, you can have him in a traditional gorilla pose. So I think that looks good enough. He doesn't come with an alternate hand, so he can't have an open hand. He can be kind of like Beast and just kind of philosophizing, just like, am I a robot, or am I a man, or am I a gorilla? I do not know. But what I do know is, oh my goodness, this figure is incredible. Oh my goodness. Now, like I said before, I'm actually a really big fan of Cy-gor in the comics. I really like the character where basically he was like a friend of Al Simmons that was forced to partake in like this super experimental thing that turned him into this. And I think that's really interesting. And I think it's even more interesting that this guy started off as a toy and then was adapted later into the comics. So I think that's really cool. And I'm going to be honest, I was kind of disappointed when I saw the new-ish Cy-gor figure that came out in like 2021, and then they re-released it with like a different paint job. gonna be honest, I was like, this figure has some serious issues, so it's like I gotta have a Cy-gor. So it's like, why not go with the original Cy-gor? Because like I said, I do intend to review some classic Spawn figures. So this is the first one, and I think it's a pretty good starting point. So yeah, if you liked this video, or if you like Cy-gor, or you like the classic Spawn figures, definitely be sure to leave a like and leave a comment what you think of Cy-gor. If you like the older style, or you like the newer one, or you like some of the other ones, like the Raw 10 one where he's really big and looks more gorilla, or if you like the more statue type Cy-gor, like, let me know what you think. Because for me, it's like this is the definitive Cy-gor. But yeah, and if you want to stay tuned for more Spawn figure reviews, then do be sure to subscribe. And yeah, other than that, that's about all I got. So do be sure, if you're interested in anything related with eBay, with like old figures and that sort of thing, do be sure to check out resales. Yeah, other than that, that's about all I got. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.